to my night. Rob from Comics Explained is a coon. I don't think there's any doubt or question about that. He is definitely a jive turkey Sambo. I'm gonna say personally, as a blurred, why I'm kind of clear on that stance, just from the little bit that I did see. I saw Blur Without Fear's video. Funny enough, he had actually he's the first one to put it on Threads. I didn't know about Twitter. I don't be on Twitter. I haven't had Twitter in years. And I guess he went to Threads and said something about Rob, might be a Sambo. And I'm like, shit, Rob? And I knew Rob was black. That's why partial reason I like Rob from Comic Explained. I always thought he was a black dude. So I'm like, oh, word, he does comic books. Now, to me personally, I didn't notice that he said that Blue Marvel was one of his favorite comic book characters. And because I'm in a blurred space, I followed the dude here on TikTok, actually, who for years has always criticized Blue Marvel as being a jive turkey Sambo character. So I like Blue Marvel as like his power set, but I never really liked like his character. Like, even after he fell off when the president told him not to be a superhero because it inspire a black radical revolution or whatever, like marching in the streets and shit, the U.S. government was still enlisting him to do jobs. So like, you didn't mind doing the work for white folk, but like you couldn't like be a hero to your people. And I guess the nigga tried to spin it like it was him trying to protect the race in some weird way, like capitulating was protect. I never liked the story behind Blue Marvel. I always thought that was like some jive turkey Sambo shit. So Rob from Comic Explained, I guess at first he tried to ignore what was going on. I guess he was going to like just play it cool or whatever, and just pretty much, hey, I'm not really bothered by it. And, I'm going off what Blurred was showing through his video. And I guess, Blurred gave him a chance to say, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, you following Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker and you being like cool with them. And then we look at your other comments for like you were going at Angel Reese during the time. And I got a comment to say about that. Like during the Angel Reese thing, when she was really getting tore down publicly, it was a lot of like alt-right neo-Nazi jokes and niggas disrespecting her. It was a lot of non-black folk really ragging this woman publicly. And there was some brothers who were like, well, I don't like her as much anyway, whatever. You joining in. Maybe me personally, when I see other races thinking they have carte blanche to like disrespect our women, I'm not that guy. Even if I don't care for said women, unless you're like a Sambo to the community, I'm not joining in on tearing you down. So when I saw niggas was like Rob from Comic Explained was like engaging in this alt-right pipeline shit, I said, nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say you was Sambo, but I don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust Rob from Comic. I don't trust Rob from Comic Explained. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't trust Rob from Comic Explained. I think off that alone, Rob from Comic Explained looks like somebody who gives passes to white people that are racist. Not just you have a white fan base. You can have a white fan base all day. It's that you have a white fan base and you make passes for white supremacist ideologies. When Hydra comes, I don't think they're Nazis. Or when he does an absolute review of Hawkman versus Superman for an absolute Superman run, you're saying that, he used to kill Germans versus killing Nazis. Like, they don't want to say Nazi or some shit. Like, they're just going to flag your channel for saying that. Like, that. Anyway. It was a bunch of things that I noticed with Rob that was kind of weird. But I think what made it solidify that, like, Buddy is a Sambo, was his explanation of saying why he follows Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker. And he was saying it because his father taught him bullshit about you got to be able to see both sides and be able to see that even a white supremacist can say some right stuff. Also said that he didn't want to be a mouthpiece for black politics, but no one's asking you to. What niggas were wondering was, you, as the biggest YouTube creator for comic books on YouTube, and being black, it would be dope to see you put emphasis on black creator-owned stories, on black characters. Like, Blue Marvel's probably popular just because of this nigga. Imagine if you did this for Vixen. Imagine you did this for Cyborg, for Hardware, for Icon. And, like, you've never done a video on Milestone to say that you love Static. How do you love Static? You call Static Static Shock because you watch the cartoon. So, nigga, read the comic books. Rob, like, I don't want to be the guy to bash somebody, but at the same time, that's some Sambo shit, bro. That's Sambo shit, Rob. There's no way to say it. You said that Critical Drinker Nerdrotic are right at times, when half the time they don't even read the shit they're criticizing. A movie will perfectly explain a plot to them, and I follow this dude named Birdman, who literally be debunking them all the time. So salute the Birdman on YouTube. I fuck with Birdman. The Birdman basically will show how Critical Drinker the day before was talking about the Supergirl trailer, and said, oh, well, it makes no sense. How does she get drunk? Why don't she just fly away? When they explicitly explained that the planet she goes to doesn't have a red sun, so she can get drunk. That's why she has to take a bus back from the said planet, because she's in a planet with no red sun. So he explicitly knew that. But when he does his coverage for said trailer, he still mentions that it makes no sense that she can get drunk, even though the story clearly sets up why she's able to get drunk. And these people are disingenuous. These people do this just to fuel hate trains. And because that's their base, to get outrage from shit that doesn't deserve outrage. Because the people who are getting outraged are here for culture wars. They don't read fucking comic books. Him and Nerdrotic. Ironheart comes out and they're like, what's the name of the AI? Huh? Shanae? Shaniqua? And no, that's not the fucking AI's name. But what is this shit? You can have criticism for something that has women who are led, or women who are leads, or people of color who are leads. That's fine. You can have criticism of anything. But the criticism can't be that there is a woman lead or there are people of color in the thing. And this is the nigga he's saying are right about some things. And he's half black, or that man black. You look at Rob, that man black. So the fact that you could be around people who openly try to justify why we don't deserve to be in most spaces. Critical Drinker's fucking review of goddamn the Minecraft movie was literally saying that the main black girl that was in the movie was only in the movie because of DEI hire, and she the most qualified motherfucking actor. Was it Danielle Brooks? She was the best actor in the fucking movie. She was the best actor in the movie. Jason Momoa, I'll give him, he be in good shit. She was the best actor in the movie. Why do we have to explain why we're in certain places when the resume shows we deserve to be wherever the fuck we decide to be? Rob, the blurred space right now, going forward, because we spent 15 years dealing with this shit. Dealing with hatred, dealing with xenophobia in the comic book nerd space. We've been dealing with this for motherfuckers who don't read comic books, who've been coming in and manufacturing hate and disrespect towards comic book creators, towards minority-led comic book projects. Like, mind you, this has been some of the best years progressive-wise for us, black folk, Latino folks, and other groups of people in comic books. And as a person of color, it's not about being political. It's about just having the decency to not shit on your community. He can have his white fan base. You could keep your white fan base. But if you think that you advocating for black people is being political versus you just advocating for a base of your fans, it's crazy, bro. That shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy, bro. We just watched one of these hate trains cost a young lady her life. We just watched one of those hate trains cost a lady her life. A young girl lost her life over that goddamn bullying because she wanted to be a cosplayer, but she's cosplaying Japanese characters. Now, no, the Europeans who cosplay these Japanese characters, for some odd reason, are never told that you're not the accurate goddamn race. They definitely don't have the phenotype of the people that these shows are made for. But for some odd reason, they're the ones that can dictate that we aren't accurate to play these motherfuckers. To the point that a young lady took her life. That's the environment black nerd and nerds of color have been in for 15 years specifically because of this 4chan Epstein-led ass surge of right-wing propaganda in all our media spaces. And you think that we're supposed to just be cool with one of the biggest YouTube creators finding things he agreed with racists?